Hi, I lost my flight and I would like to book next flight to New York. Good morning. I'm sorry to hear that you missed your flight. The next flight to New York is in 2 hours and it's 1:50. Perfect. All right, would you like an aisle seat or a window seat? I'll sit. Of course I'll sit. It's a 3-hour flight. I'd like to sit by the window. Window seat then. And can I sit next to my husband? We do have adjoining seats, but they are very close to the restrooms. Is that okay? Oh no, no restrooms. Okay, and would you like a return ticket? No, I'll book it online. Sounds great. Let's have a look at some phrases in this part. Miss a flight. We have a lot of phrases with miss and lose, and they can be easily confused. For example, we say miss a bus, miss a train, miss a flight, miss an opportunity. However, we say lose your time, lose your patience, and lose your sleep, for example. Aisle seat and window seat. Window seat is easy. It's the seat by the window. Let's have a look at this phrase, aisle seat. Pay attention. In the word aisle, the S is not pronounced. Aisle. Aisle is the passage between two rows, let's say in a supermarket. Where's the bakery section? Oh, it's aisle 4. And on an airplane, you also have an aisle. So aisle seat is the seat by that aisle, that passage. And of course, we also have the middle seat. So let me know, what seat do you prefer? Let me know in the comments. We also have adjoining seats. These are two seats that are next to each other. If you are flying with your friends, you might want to ask for adjoining seats. And also, let's make the difference between seat and sit very clear. So seat, it's actually a noun. That's why we say, take your seat, or I have an aisle seat. Sit is the verb. We say, sit down. The pronunciation is different. Seat, sit. It's similar to sheep, ship. One-way trip and round trip. One-way trip is the trip in one direction, and a round trip is when you are flying from and then back. Please put your suitcase on the conveyor belt. Belt? I don't wear a belt today. Please put your suitcase on the scale. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm afraid your bags are overweight by 10 kilos. I thought I could take 35 kilos with me. 35 kilos is the weight limit for the first class. This is the economy class. What should I do? I can't throw away my things. You can purchase an additional weight allowance. How much is it? Overweight baggage fee is $150. Oh, it's too expensive. Can I put some of my things into my other bag? Sure, you can transfer your items to your hand luggage. I have one more question. I have to stop in Chicago and then I fly to New York. Do I have to take my luggage in Chicago? I can see that you have a layover in Chicago, but your luggage will go straight to New York, so you can pick it up at your final destination. Good, and one more thing. I have a vase in my bag. It's very expensive. I'm afraid that it can break. I'll mark it as fragile. All right, here's your boarding pass. Please proceed to the gate A40. Thank you. Conveyor belt or scale is the black thing where you put your bags when you are checking in. Sometimes your bags can be overweight. So to be overweight, this phrase can be used not only about people, but also when we are talking about our baggage. When your baggage is overweight, so it exceeds the weight limit, usually it's around 20 kilos, 24 kilos. In this case, you might have to purchase additional weight allowance, or in other words, you might have to pay overweight baggage fee. Layover. Layover is this extra step that you have to make when you are traveling to your final destination. Let's say I'm flying from Toronto to Paris and I have a 5-hour layover in Amsterdam. Fragile, or in British English, fragile. If something is fragile, then it can break easily. Please take off your shoes and your belt and take any electronic devices out of your bag. Excuse me, do I have to take out this thing too? Yeah, take out your chargers too. Excuse me, but I don't see any containers where I can put my things. There are some bins behind you. Oh, okay. Please step through the scanner and raise your arms. Do you have any coins in your pocket? Oh, I have the keys. Put your keys in the bin and walk through the scanner again. Good. Have a nice day. Take off. This is a phrasal verb that is opposite to put on. So I put my belt on and then I take it off. A lot of people confuse take off and put off because they think, oh, I put it on, so of course I put it off. But actually to put off means to move something to a later date. For example, you can put off your meeting. Now, going back to take off, you can say to take something off, like to remove something, but also you could use it when you're talking about an airplane. So an airplane takes off and then it lands. Take out of. I took my passport out of my bag. Pay attention, we don't always need this second preposition of. Compare these two examples. Take your passport out of your bag, or take your passport out, or simply take it out. So we use the second preposition only when there is this second, we call it indirect object. Out of where? Out of my bag. Raise your arms. Let's compare the verbs raise and rise. Rise means to go up. For example, the sun is rising in the east, or the prices are rising. Raise means to make something go up. For example, raise your hand, or you could raise your eyebrows, or the government can raise taxes. So when you raise, it means that somebody makes it go up. It doesn't go up by itself. And that's why here we have this example. Raise your arms. Step through or walk through. These are two very similar phrasal verbs. For example, I could say, we walked through the forest at night. So it means that we got in, we walked through, and then we got out. A similar phrasal verb that probably is familiar to you, to drive through. Let's drive through the city. And you probably have heard of this phrase, drive-through restaurants. Let's find a drive-through restaurant. Your passports, please. What's your final destination? New York. And how long are you staying in New York? 2 weeks. I'm going to vacation. You're going on vacation, and do you have anything to declare? Declare? Do you have cash over $10,000 or duty-free purchases, or are you bringing any restricted items like plants, animals, fruits, meats? No animals, no cash. Okay. Well, have a nice day in New York. Thank you. When you carry something restricted, and restricted means not allowed, prohibited, then you have to declare it. Declare means to say something clearly so that other people hear it. It's like to announce. For example, you can declare bankruptcy, you can declare a war, or you can declare independence. Going back to our topic, when you are on an airplane, you are usually given this declaration form. And on this declaration form, you have to declare any restricted items that you might or might not have. For example, if you carry some kind of cheese or meat or some plants, or maybe you have some cash over $10,000, then you have to declare it. And if you don't, then you're in trouble.